Hey there everybody, hope your day is going well. It's with Old School Gaming here, and welcome back to another Wild Wednesday. Alright, so this particular video just popped across my recommended for some reason. I figured, hell, if YouTube's gonna recommend it to me, why don't I do a commentary on apparently why I quit video games from Max Yokotsuka? I am very sorry if I butchered your name. Yeah, just to make things easier on myself and so I don't continuously butcher your name, I'm just going to call you Max from now on. And I don't know why you quit playing video games or why you needed to make an 8-minute video about it, but, well, YouTube recommended it to me, so let's find out.
Playing video games has been the happiest time in my life, but as with all good things in life, there is a catch.
When you say there's a catch, you almost make it sound like that's a bad thing. How is playing video games and being happy a bad thing? That's an oxymoron. When you put two statements together that mean, opposite, like happily married.
All throughout my teenage years, I played a whole lot of video games. After coming home from school, I got lost in this stimulating virtual world for hours. While being on a call with friends who also played the same game as me, we explored new worlds, went on adventures, and reached higher and higher levels. It has been such an amazing time. So a reasonable question is, why quit when it's so nice?
Well, maybe you quit because the servers are taken out. I mean, hell, I couldn't really catch all the different games that you played there, but, I mean, Minecraft's one. Hell, Minecraft servers are still going, but I think some of them might have been either Call of Duty or Rainbow Six. It went by way too quick for me to catch it. But maybe you played or maybe you quit playing because the servers have been taken down, and you just, well, I guess we can't play this game, so go find another game. Go, have fun with your friends. And hell, as a teenager, sitting at home playing video games while it's, not, looked brightly upon, at least you're not out on the town getting into some hinky stuff. Gotta watch what I say. YouTube's supposed to be PG.
I absolutely loved the insane progress we made. It was just not in real life. For a couple of years I made millions and millions. Just not in real life. After massaging my synapses with engaging and stimulating games for years, there was some doubt slowly creeping into my life. I felt as if I was stuck at the same place all the time.
If you're stuck somewhere, then look up a strategy guide. Figure out how to get past, whatever boss or whatever puzzle that's giving you trouble. You don't need to quit, just, look up how to get past and then do it.
As soon as I locked out of the empire I had just built, tapped away from all the money I had accumulated in the game, and turned off the screen, I was left with nothing. So why not turn on the screen again and play a little bit more?
Yeah, gee, I don't know, maybe because you have something more important than video games. I mean, don't get me wrong, video games are very fun, but they are not, the most important thing out there. You have to go to work. Maybe you should, go to sleep, because you do need sleep, unless you have some kind of sleep apnea. Which, there are a few different variations of that, but yeah, let's just leave it at that. But yeah, as I'm saying, there are much more important things than video games, that you take care of in real life. And if you feel like you're left with absolutely nothing, then that just makes absolutely no sense. I mean, you turn things off, and unless a save file corrupted, or there's a power surge while you were trying to save, you can get right back to it whenever you want, at any time you want, unless, of course, it's an online game, in which case, yeah, maybe you lose some, but, getting that stuff back is still fun.
And so I came back again and again. But everything I had accomplished in the game did not translate into my real life. Instead of adding value to my life, the games seemed to take things away from me, my time and my attention. So my focus shifted away from the real life to the virtual world. And even during times I was not playing, I kept on thinking about the game, thinking about strategies I would implement and new plans for leveling up. I literally obsessed over the video game, and the virtual world basically took over most of my mental capacity for the day.
Okay, so I see they're cooking, and on the toilet. I mean, you honestly could have, you could have chose something other than sitting on the toilet. Maybe folding laundry, and you don't show any underwear. Just folding shirts and pants, things like that. But anyway, if your like mental track can literally just not even stay focused on whatever you're doing, especially something as important as cooking. I mean, hell, even without a gas stove, electric stove, if something can still catch on fire if it's done the right way or the wrong way, I suppose I should say. Then yeah, you need to concentrate on your cooking. So I mean, first off, so you don't catch fire or anything, and second, so you don't burn anything. And if you're on the toilet and you can't even wipe without thinking about video games, then maybe you have an undiagnosed attention deficit disorder, ADD. You should talk to your doctor about that instead of blaming the video games. There's nothing wrong with having ADD, but you cannot say, I have ADD because of video games. No, you'd have to say, hey, I have ADD, and there's nothing really more I can do about it except to talk to my doctor and see what treatment options are available and choose one. Don't blame the video games for you.
To be honest, I have quite a lot of hours in video games. I probably spent more than 2,000 hours of my precious lifetime on them. And I don't regret a single second of it. But I had to realize that they damaged my life in a subtle way. It took me a couple of years to recognize the consequences of my excessive playing.
Okay. Anything in excess is not good for you. But I mean, you're trying to say that video games ruin your life? No, you ruined your life because you couldn't prioritize stuff in your life. Work is more important, family is more important. And hell, if you have a significant other, spending time with them is more important than just, hopping on the video game for a bit, unless you can convince your significant other to jump on with you. Which, I mean, hell, that would be awesome, you can spend more quality time together. And once again, this is not because of the video games, this is because of you. People need to stop blaming video games for things that, are wrong, and start taking responsibility for themselves. Anyway, I guess, wow, okay, so we're already 2 minutes into your 8 minutes. I don't know, well, I guess we'll just see what else you have to say, and, I don't know what would take you 6 more minutes to say, but, well, let's find out.
So in order for me to gain back control over my life, I had to closely analyze 2 thought patterns that led me to casually starting a game session over and over again. So excuse number 1, esports players. I had an unrealistic fantasy that I could somehow become one. But I had to constantly remind myself that by just casually playing for 7 hours a day, I would most likely not become an esports professional. For the people playing these big tournaments, competing for these huge cash prizes, gaming is literally their job. They dedicate their entire day, soul and focus to this practice. And I certainly did not. I was just a dumb dude playing video games.
Yeah, well, those professional esports players, they only play that one game, and that is all they ever play, all the damn time, that is essentially their career. Even during, they do, the professional esports players, they are smart. They get enough sleep so that way they can, be fully energized for another session. But even during the other downtime, like while they're eating something, they don't just, like watch other videos or, chat with people. Well, maybe sometimes I'll chat with someone who's doing the same thing, and they'll talk about different strategies. But most of the time, like while they're eating, they'll be watching, playbacks of their own gameplay. And they will, like go, oh, maybe I should have, turned left, or maybe I should have used a grenade, or maybe I should have done something different. And, like, I mean, hell, if you, because you even said that you are a casual player. Hell, I'm a casual player too. I cannot stand to play just one game and only one game forever. Which means I'm not going to be, any kind of e-sport gamer for any time soon. But, I mean, hell, that's why, like with First Gen Pokemon. I'm still grinding up, but I'm also doing some pre-records for Morrowind, because, well, the grinding does get extremely monotonous after a very, very short while. And here's the thing, I work a full-time job, 40 hours a week, sometimes more. And I still, have the time to, record more. I mean, hell, I put aside Morrowind to record this, and I love that game, because, it was the Intermediary Vlog 3. I promised once a month Wild Wednesdays, as best I can. Although, given how few fan theories I probably have left to go, given the games I have uploaded, Wild Wednesday can potentially go on hiatus. But anyway, I'm getting off track. Yeah. Okay, back to the original point. Yeah, esports gamers play one game and one game only forever. That's how they get so good at it. And if you're a casual gamer, don't aspire to be an esports gamer unless you can actually, play one game and only one game forever, period. Yeah, I went on a bit of a rant, so anyway, back to you.
I knew a person in my class who was able to tap into the highly competitive niche of esports. And he played the video game Fortnite in big tournaments. He was really skilled, and I guess he earned a big chunk of money by playing the game. And believe me, this guy sacrificed his performance at school, his grades, his social life to become better at the game. I cannot compete with someone like that.
For your friend, at least it worked for him, but yeah, would your friend say that the sacrifice was worth it? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Me personally, I would say no, that's definitely not worth it. I have my job. I have family that I'm trying to help out. Not going as well as I had hoped, but I'm fingers crossed that things will be looking up, hopefully soon. And I'm about to go off on another tangent, but yeah. You did say there are two excuses your mind came up with of why just to, play video games. What's the second?
So the second excuse my brain came up with is that gaming with friends for a couple of hours a week is fun. It can enhance social connections and new friendships can be created. So it surely must be a productive activity, right? But for me, it was basically like taking drugs with like-minded people.
God damn it. Are you serious? Taking drugs. This is not a fucking drug, you dipshit. This is a cartridge of electronic components. You do not snort it, you do not inject it, you do not inhale it. If you cannot prioritize your own time, then that is on you, not the game, you. You can always pause it, you can always save it, and you can put it aside for however long you need until you need to get back to it. Don't you dare compare video games to drugs. Pull your head out of your chocolate starfish.
It was an escape from the real world, a temporary high. In these games, I could be anything I want. I could be rich, have superpowers, and create amazing things by just sitting in my room.
Okay, hold on a minute. So you keep saying that you can be rich, and you can have superpowers, and you can do all this stuff. Okay, and again, the problem is not the video game, it is you. If you cannot separate reality from fiction, then yeah, maybe talk to your doctor about seeing a therapist and figuring out why you can't differentiate the real world from a fictional world. And also stop blaming the video games for you and your problems.
If I think about it now, it seems so unnatural. In exchange for the fun, I had to slow down my life progress. And the thing was that the social interactions during the game were really shallow. They did not create a good atmosphere for deep and meaningful conversations.
Well, that's generally how online lobbies go. You find, when Mass Effect 3 came out, despite the absolute fusser cluck that was, yeah, I'll get to that some other day in the far future, but yeah, when Mass Effect 3 first came out, I played online quite a bit, and actually, well, not quite a bit, I played online a little bit, I should say. And, like, I would say about 90% of the interactions I had were very nice. People were kind, people were good to go along with. And I think that is also partly because it was co-op, not versus. Although, like I said, only 90% was, decent. The other 10%, yeah, I said, hey, don't let me, pair up with someone like that again, because they're, constantly dropping racial slurs, they're constantly trying to order everyone around, and I'm just, dude, I'm here to play a game, I'm here to have fun. And if you were in some kind of lobby where, everyone's just throwing out all this, hate and negativity, then get out, and don't play that type of game anymore. And so that way, you don't ever interact with those type of people anymore. And, that has absolutely nothing to do with the video game itself, and for once has nothing to do with you. It has to do with those other jag-offs. Just, get out and don't interact with them. It's as simple as that.
Because every 10 seconds, there is some kind of distraction. Bro, we have an enemy on the second floor, we need to get there. Our attention automatically goes to the most interesting thing. That's just how our brains work. So the conversations during the game were mainly about useless comments about the game itself. And I absolutely did not like that. Imagining that the games make me slow and unproductive and ultimately kill my ambition and drive inside me is actually a big fear that keeps video games out of my life until this day.
I mean, if you're a casual gamer, then why do you need ambition? Just, play video games, have, a bit of fun for a while, and then, get on to, important things. I mean, hell, for me, just before recording this, I was folding laundry. And yeah, I could have recorded this and then folded laundry, or I could have said, I'm gonna put off folding laundry until later, but, I'm just, no. I need to fold laundry, and I need to get it away, and then I can do something else, like this. And hell, once this is edited through, I'll get on Thoughtful Thursday, and then once that's done, I'll get on more pre-records for Morrowind until I hit the point where it's just, okay, I need to start thinking about what my next Wild Wednesday and Thoughtful Thursday are going to be. So even though I play video games, and, this point, I don't even know how many hours I've uploaded, but I have plenty upon plenty more of pre-recorded content, trust me. And, spending, 2 hours recording an episode of Morrowind means I'm spending about 3 to 4 hours editing it together. And essentially for me, that's my ambition, just, have fun. And that's exactly what I do, I have fun. If you don't have any ambition, then make something like, hell, you talked about Fortnite, I'm sure, well, I've played a little bit of Fortnite, I'm not really that into it, but, see what achievements there are, try to get them. And hell, even in other games, like through, because Xbox has the different achievements, and PlayStation has different trophies. And, like, the achievements have different scores, the trophies have different levels. Yeah, go for it. Just, see what you can find, see what you can do. But, don't say that, oh, well, video games are ruining my life because I have no prioritization over my time. That's on you.
There's one particular thing I learned that got so ingrained into my head that it is impossible for me to forget. So as we know, in video games, it's quite easy to achieve massive success in a pretty easy way. And unfortunately, the human brain, our brain, cannot really distinguish between success in real life and in the virtual world.
Yes, it can, for most people. I mean, if you are someone who cannot distinguish between real life and a fictional world, then you need to go talk to a therapist about that and figure out how you can do that. I mean, for me, yeah, I have plenty of fun, in Morrowind, I have plenty of fun, I'm running around, doing a bunch of different quests. It has nothing to do with real life, and there is no achievement in real life for doing it. But it's fun, so I do it. Because, I just want to play a game. And I have plenty of things to take care of in my real life, and I take care of them. Like people say, oh, put all your ducks in a row. Well, I mean, all my ducks are fenced in. They're never going to be in a row, but that's just because of all the crap that, constantly keeps popping up in my real life. And, of course, I can distinguish that it has absolutely nothing to do with video games. That is me, and that is my life. If you can't distinguish between the two, then that's your problem. That is not the video game's problem.
So after leveling up and earning a lot of money in the game, our brain thinks, well done, you're doing great in life, even though I had not accomplished anything substantial in real life. So the mind is actually satisfied for the day, and there's little ambition left to do meaningful stuff in the real world.
Maybe for you, but, hell, if that's how you feel, like, oh, I achieved things in video games, I don't need to do anything else in real life. If that's really how you feel, then, yeah, again, go see a therapist about how to, distinguish video games from the real world. Because the real world is a hell of a lot more important, and, hell, I've even said it before, you can always, pause, save, exit, and take care of things that you need to take care of until, okay, well, I have nothing else to take care of, I have some free time, now I'll play video games. Hell, like, even if you, because if you have a problem scheduling things, then maybe you need to schedule every single hour of your day. Like, hell, let's say you work, the typical 9 to 5 job. Okay, 5 o'clock, get off work, 5:30-ish, let's round off, say, okay, 6 o'clock, get home, 6 to 7, do chores around the house, 7 to 8, cook and eat dinner, 8 to 10, play some video games, and then, 10 at night till 6 in the morning, sleep, then 6 in the morning, get up, and, just go about, getting ready, shower, shave, and all the other stuff that you need to take care of, and then, probably by about 7:30, get out the door, so that way you can actually get to work in morning rush hour traffic, and then, on repeat. Except for your days off, then you have, an extra 9 hours free, or, no, hold on. Oh, 8, okay, yeah. I don't know where, my math was a little off, but yeah, then you have an extra 8 hours free on your days off. And hell, maybe don't use those 8 hours to play video games, use those 8 hours for, social interaction. It's not that difficult. I don't need to do that, because, well, mainly because my schedule kind of changes day to day. But, even if I had a consistent schedule, I wouldn't need to do that because I know how to prioritize my time. And if you don't, hey, nothing wrong with that. But you would need to create some kind of a schedule so that way you know how much time you're spending. And that way you can, take care of things that are important. And stop playing the video games because of you.
Because my brain simply did not feel the need to. Why work hard in the real world when I could earn easy millions in the game?
Because it's not real money, and most gamers know that. Okay, seriously, you need to pull your head out of your chocolate starfish and realize what in the hell's going on in the real world. Because, you can, hell, like with Morrowind, I have, I don't know the exact amount, over 300,000 gold, or was it 30, no, yeah, 30,000 sounds a little closer to what I would actually have. Yeah, but, I have over 30,000 septums, but I know those don't account for anything in real life. They're just there because, I've earned that money, going in dungeons and selling all the loot. It's not real. And I know that. Okay, well, thankfully you have 2.5 minutes to go, so I'm sure I'm going to be commenting plenty throughout those 2.5 minutes, so let's see what else this idiot has to say.
Most of the games are intentionally designed in a specific way to get us hooked. Things like leaderboards, in-game currency, and shiny new items. They do lead to social pressure, and they repeatedly make me come back to that game. Video game companies are pretty clever.
Okay, then you need to stop looking at the leaderboards as, oh my god, I need to get up there, I need to be at the top, I need to get there. Try to get there. If you can, great. If not, oh well, it's not a big deal. Just go about your day. It's not a be-all, end-all just to get to the top of the goddamn leaderboard. Besides, I cannot confirm this, but, if I were a betting man, I would say that those leaderboards are actually dominated by the development team, not by people who, buy a copy and play the game. But, I mean, who knows? Who knows if that's true or not?
So with every addiction, there comes the question of, how exactly can I quit?
There is no addiction, you idiot! It's a game. It's not something that you put into your body. Okay? It is not an addiction. It is you being unable to prioritize your time. Anything in excess is a bad thing, sure. But, if you can prioritize your time around, something that you want to do that helps, that helps relax you from the day. And, it doesn't have to be video games. You can, you can read a book, you can watch TV, you can watch some movies, you can exercise. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But if you do anything that I just mentioned, in so much excess that it becomes a hindrance to your life, then yes, it's a bad thing. That doesn't mean you're addicted to it.
And for me, I just quit. Hard reset, cold turkey, gone. I deleted all the games in the beginning of 2022, wiped my accounts clean. I could only do this because the long-term effects of excessive video games scared the shit out of me. Ah yes, and I also had to tell my friends.
And the fact that you didn't have any withdrawal symptoms, any shakes, or anything negative happen to you when you quit proves that there was no addiction. Say something!
Hey boys, I gotta tell you something. I'm gonna quit video games entirely.
Sounds to me like you are playing games with Skynet, not actual people.
This might have been the most inconvenient thing about me quitting. Leaving the comfort of late night game sessions, leaving all my virtual wealth, my creations and accomplishments behind. And especially leaving my friends wondering what exactly happened with me. It was actually a tough choice. In the beginning I said that video games were part of my happiest time in life. And it is true. Playing with friends for hours on end is really nice. I mean, my grades at school did not suffer, and I definitely had good friends in life. But the problem was that my work ethics and ambition, in the long term, they were in great danger. It basically put me at risk of ending up as a broke and lazy adult.
Okay, so your grades are good, you had good friends, and you still played video games, but somehow that killed your ambition? Again, oxymoron, putting two words or two phrases together that have completely opposite meanings. And yeah, most people know that, oh, hey, video games have no impact on the real world, so, I mean, I'll have fun, but there's things that I need to take care of in the real life.
This might not apply to everybody. There might be healthy ways of enjoying video games. Maybe as a reward after finishing a challenging task. I mean, Elon Musk plays video games occasionally. I believe he really started playing after accomplishing substantial things in life. I guess you can still be successful in life despite playing video games. But for me personally, quitting completely has been the best and quickest solution. After quitting, the immediate benefits were that I had more time available and my sleep schedule actually stabilized.
So you had an unstable sleep schedule. Well, okay, there actually could be a couple problems. First off, you don't know how to prioritize your time. Once it's a certain time, give yourself at minimum 7 hours of sleep. Maybe a little over 7 hours, so that way, you can, do any nightly rituals like, washing your face or, taking a shower, if you take a shower at night. Or I should say if you take a shower before bed. Hell, I work the night, so I usually take a shower right after I get off work. Anyway, yeah, if you had an unstable sleep schedule, then, as I was saying, you need a bare minimum 7 hours of sleep. You might want to give yourself a little extra so that way you have, any time to do any nightly rituals before getting into bed. And then that way you can actually get a full 7 hours of sleep. Or it could be because of, some kind of blue light thing. honestly, I do not know how the whole blue light affects some people, mainly because it doesn't affect me at all. I can, be playing video games, then head off straight to bed, and, well, sometimes I can go straight to sleep, other times I have, a hard time just going to sleep, period, whether I've been playing video games or not. And, that's not a blue light thing, that's just, I guess, a low-level insomnia, because just some nights I have a very, very hard time falling asleep. And actually, I'll be touching on that in my next Thoughtful Thursday, so, I'm going to save that for there. So, yeah, let's see, oh, wow, you're almost done. Oh, thank the gods. Yeah, so let's just see what else you have to say, and what else I have to say, and then get it over and done with, because, god damn. Yeah, I mean, if you're done playing video games, yeah, of course you have more free time, because you're not spending that time playing video games. But what else do you do? Because, it's like before the age of technology and, electricity pretty much everywhere, there was a lot more tales of ghost stories, mainly because the human brain needs interaction. So it started, coming up with, like, things that go bump in the night. And I'm not talking about sheet music. There's, a lot of older stories of ghosts because there was so little interaction right in front of us that everyone's minds started making things up and going, ooh, what the hell's going on over there? Ah! Something like that. And nowadays, in the age of technology, we understand a lot more about the world around us and, why our minds, created some kind of a scary story out of a shadow that was being cast on a wall. So, if you want to play video games, hey, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure you have something for your mind to interact with. As I said, it can be anything. Hell, you are exercising. That's a good thing. You can, read a book. You can, watch, hell, you can listen to music while you're exercising. That way your brain has even more interaction, doesn't start making things up that aren't there.
I have no plans to go back, but I appreciate all the memories. Video games were the reason for some of the funniest moments in my life. They definitely shaped my childhood and teenage years, but I needed to grow up. Sorry TS that 2003 for not coming online anymore. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video, and have a wonderful day.
Okay, well, thankfully that's the end of your video, Max, and, hell yeah, if you want to play video games, go right ahead. If you want to quit playing video games, that's your choice. But do not blame the video games for your lack of control, for your lack of planning, for your lack of time management. Video games, again, are not drugs, okay? They're little electronic signals. That's it. Whether, it's like, some kind of compact disc that's on the computer, or some kind of cartridge that goes into a console. Not a drug. Well, I already said everything I wanted to say throughout my entire commentary, so, yeah, I'll get to editing this, and depending on how long this actually takes to edit, I'll also get on a Thoughtful Thursday maybe tonight, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But like I said, depending on how long this takes to edit, because I went on for quite a bit, but yeah. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell so you can always be notified whenever I upload another video. And of course, have fun.